but the mist, the light, everything together is just making these incredibly abstract shapes on the mountains. They look beautiful. Good morning guys, I'm at the base of Blencathra. We're about an hour before sunrise, it's 5 AM and I'm going to make my way up now to see if we can get any photos. Now Blencathra is a great little fell because it's just off the main road. It's quite easy to find. It's a big dominating fell, you can't really go wrong. So if you can see the mountain, you can go straight up it. I've come away from the road a little bit just so I can have a little bit of a chat, and then we're going to walk straight up the mountain. So I've got about an hour, so we're going to head up, see what we can see and take it from there. All right, see you soon. So if you ever fancy climbing Blencathra in the murk and the fog and the low-hanging cloud, then come for a walk with me, because I guarantee you will get fog and murk. You see, Blencathra is probably my local mountain. It's about 40 minutes from my front door to the foot of Blencathra. I can see Blencathra from near the top of my street. It's always in the background, and you can guarantee when I can't get into the lakes, it looks stunning, clear, there's snow on it, there's beautiful sunrises and all that. But whenever I get the chance to get here, it's always the same. I don't think I've ever climbed Blencathra and seen the view from the top. So as you can see, I'll pan around, there's nothing to see. It's just fog and cloud. The important thing is I've got my compass, I've taken my bearing, I know where I am and I know how to get back. So that's the safety side out of the way. So I'm just looking for something that I think will encapsulate the feel of what it's like to be up here today. Again, I think of photography very much as storytelling through pictures, and I've heard people say that you can't tell a story through photography. Well, I think they're wrong. I think you can, particularly in landscape photography. I think a series of images can tell a story. I think an image on its own can lead your imagination away, and that in itself can tell a story. So I'm looking for something today that will tell a story of being up here. I'm hunting around, I'm looking for anything that I think might work. I haven't found anything yet, but the day is still young. Okay, so I've come down quite low. I've got a nice little composition that I'm working with here. So I've spent a bit of time trying to just frame the image, playing around with the perspective a bit. And I think I found what I'm reasonably happy with. Again, as I said, there's nothing up here really to take a photograph of in terms of a subject. So I'm going more for the feel of the day and the feel of the area. And it's bleak, it's cold, it's quite windy. You probably can't see it, but the clouds are just rolling through. It's just this sort of moving mist of fog is coming across. So I found an image, I'll just talk you through it. I've got the nice leading lines of some rocks and some grasses that are just leading you up to this little gap. Now I like this image because it almost looks like mountains in their own right, even though they're just rocks. And there's a gap in the middle, and the lines of the rocks and the lines of the grasses and the lines of the lichen and everything that's on there is taking you through the image to that centre little lump. And then it's nicely framing the two little, what I call peaks, but the little rocks in the background, and you've got kind of one that's close and a bit sharp and then one that's fuzzy in the background, and I think it just gives a nice element of layers. So I've got my polarizer one, I've turned it a little bit just to try and cut through the mist a little bit. It's not doing a huge amount, but it is also making the oranges pop a bit and taking some of the glare out of the water droplets that are all over the grass, so that's working quite well. I'm at f8. I'm not bothered about sharp focus front to back. I just want to get the rocks in the foreground nicely in focus. The rest of it, I don't mind going out into soft focus. In fact, I want it soft because it's giving that nice depth to the image. My shutter is at 1.3 of a second, so it's quite slow shutter. So because of that, I don't want any camera shake. I'm going to use my shutter release. I'm just putting the light on the back so I can lock the mirror up so it doesn't get any shake from that as well. I focused on the rocks that I want in focus in the image, the foreground rocks. I've leveled my tripod and now I'm just going to take the image. So here we go. Magic. Job's a good one. Right, I think I might have found composition number 2 of the day, and it's just behind me, here. These little rock formations just along here, I think, could have some potential. So I'm going to spend a bit of time just playing around with some compositions. But what I love about them, what's drawing my eye to them, is they almost look like a mountain range. Sorry, my lips are going a bit numb, I'm cold. They almost look like a mountain range. They look bigger than they are. They're just small rocks. But I think if I play around with it, I can get something a little bit abstract-y that makes it look a bit more like a mountain range. So I'm going to get myself set up. I'm going to have a little play around with some compositions, and then you can have a look and see what I come up with. I've got up high. I'm about as far as I'm willing to go today. It's been a lovely walk. I've really enjoyed it. I will just say it's 7:30 in the morning and I'm standing on top of Blencathra. I mean, what could be better way to start the day? I feel fresh. I've climbed a mountain. It's great. I love landscape photography. Even when you don't get a picture, it's still great to come out and get some fresh air. So I'm going to head down. That just leaves me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is only my second vlog. I will do more, and I'll hopefully get that elusive sunrise from up here at some point. That's my plan, but you know, I'm a slave to the weather like the rest of us are. If you've enjoyed it, give me a subscription, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go across onto my blog. There's a link in the description below. And have a little look. I've got lots of posts on lots of different photography related stuff, so go and check out my blog. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye. So I thought I'd finished. I was on my way back down and the light is just doing some absolutely amazing things with the mist behind me. Basically, I've got my tripod set up just here. There's a valley behind me that the light keeps going into, and then the mist sort of obscures and you get some lovely light. We've got some peaks behind me. So I've got the long lens on, trying to isolate some of those peaks. You can see the light coming through just there. I'm going to get that. I'm not worrying too much about my settings, I'm just being reactionary with it. I'm going round, I've got some mountains around here, but the mist, the light, everything together is just making these incredibly abstract shapes on the mountains. They look beautiful, but it's incredible. It looks absolutely stunning. I wasn't expecting it at all. I was packed up and ready to go down. So I thought it was ideal for a time lapse. So I've got my time lapse set up, it's going now. And it's just interesting to watch the fog rolling in and rolling out and just showing the scene and then obscuring it and showing the scene again. And I think what I'm going to do after that is just hang around for a bit after I finish the time lapse, and I'm going to zoom in very closely on the hill that you can see behind me there. and I'm going to try and get an image from there with the light, because the light is doing some pretty cool stuff. So we'll see what I can get with it. If I get an image, you'll see it now. If I haven't, you'll go straight into the time lapse. If not, watch the image, watch the time lapse, and then that really is the end of today's vlog. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.